Hey peeps, I'm going to be comparing a couple of gimbals. The Moza Mini Mi, which I've had for a while, and the Mini S, which I just recently purchased. Mini S comes in a box, but the Mini Mi comes in this great case. And to get started with, I'm going to show you a little bit of an unboxing of the Mini S, obviously. Oh, and we have a guest, Charlie. He doesn't have a mic on, so I'm going to be using a gimbal while doing this so you can see the use of the gimbal. See how smooth it is? That's going to be important for a lot of YouTubers, and maybe you're just doing Instagram or whatever, maybe TikTok, and you want your footage to be smooth. You get a contact card, obviously, and a microfiber cloth for cleaning your phone screen. Instructions in multi-languages. I've already gone through that. You can tell because I've taken the tape off. You get a control cable for controlling your phone with the gimbal, which I couldn't really get to work even though I was using the right app called Moza Gene. This part's really nice. It's a cloth bag. It feels kind of like velour maybe.
What the frick is that?
Charlie just asked me, what the frick is that? Velour is a really high quality cloth that has a texture to it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty nice.
I don't think it's velour, but it's kind of suede feeling. Anyways.
Question mark?
Then you get in here and you get this. It's a tripod. This particular tripod has two heights or whatever because you can expand it, and you'll see why in a minute. But I don't like it because while you're trying to expand it, its little rubber feet come off. But the idea is that this particular gimbal has an extension arm built into it. And if you have it extended while on a tripod, it will fall over if you're using the smaller configuration for the tripod. But the point of this particular type of gimbal is so that it's pocket-sized. I'm like, look, what kind of pocket am I going to put this in? Seriously. But some people...
A big man pocket?
He says a big man pocket. Basically, you unfold it like that, and while you're setting it up, you want to use the tripod that's with it.
That thing is thick. With two C's.
Hey, why don't you grab me another phone? Oh, here, I'll use this one, never mind. So check this out. I'm adjusting this to point at the subject of my video. If you do buy yourself a gimbal, I highly recommend you get one that has a joystick. Don't use it all the time, don't rely on it. Rely on the natural movement. But it's especially useful if you're pointing your phone at something and you want to turn it. Now this gimbal, you put the third motor on the right and you balance it by like that. See, it's too heavy on that side and you just scooch the phone over. That's how this one works. Like so. Now it's balanced. You turn it on, and you have graceful movement instead of shaky movement. Now I'm going to show you like a semi-unboxing of this Moza Mini S, which I've had for almost a year now. I'm actually doing this with one hand. It's not too bad after all. Comes in this carrying case. And you get this zipper part with stickers, which obviously we've used a few already. Its tripod, which is, in my opinion, a better one. It's smoother, easier to use. Love this thing. I always have it in my pocket when I'm filming with this particular one. And charge cable, which I just use my own cable. Silica gel, obviously, roll, whatever.
What the frick is that?
It keeps everything dry inside, during shipping especially. You undo that, take it out of there. I want to mention something about the Mini S, is that it's like standing at an angle here. And it looks like it'd be very easy to knock it over. Something to keep in mind. It's just like the other one. You put your tripod on, you stand it up. But this one, you want the motor on the other side. Yeah, turn the joystick. Now this one, you want the motor on the other side, but you have to unlock it. So get this to where this motor is on the left side, and you mount your phone in there, like so. And it's way out of balance, but you can't adjust the phone back and forth to balance it. You have to loosen this screw, thumb screw thing, and then if it's falling to the right, you pull it the other way. I think it's a good angle where you see what I'm doing. There we go. Now it's balanced, and you tighten it up. It's not really that hard, actually, though I think the other one's even easier. Just slide the phone over, and then when you turn it on, there you go. I got both of these doohickey thingy whatsits, and I'm going to compare features. Joystick smoothness. At first, we're going to do the joystick on the Mini Mi. You see how smooth it is, and it's smooth to touch. This one actually feels smoother and has farther range, but it goes too fast for my tastes. Just a little bit too fast. Starts in pan follow, which is, you know, it only follows you left and right, not up and down, and not sideways. And that one, turn it left and right. Yep, it's doing the same thing. The tripod. This tripod is straight. It's nice and grippy. Actually feels nice in my pocket. It doesn't hurt me too much when I sit down on it, because that's where it usually is, in my back pocket. But this one is a really wide tripod. You see that? And it even extends out even further, and I'll show you why.
It's a chunky boy.
Charlie, you be cameraman for this part. You have to open this up, set it down, and then you pull it up and you get a few inches.
Interesting. That's why it's so chunky then?
No, it's like the same size as that one. This is supposed to be more like a selfie stick, where you're holding it up, pointing it at yourself, I guess. But that leads me to my next feature, which is how to make it turn to look at yourself. And I looked all over the instructions, and I could not find this setting in the Moza Mini S, but it is on the Mini Mi. How you do it is you press down 3 times on the jog wheel at the bottom, and it turns around to face you. And then whatever follow settings you have still work, but you know, now I'm pointing the camera at myself. By the way, both of these support having your phone in portrait mode. On this one, you loosen this thumb wheel, and then it rotates. And on this one, you do something else? I can't remember. Now there's sport gear mode. Just call it fast follow. Why are you calling it sport gear? Okay, maybe you're filming your kids and they're playing a sport and you want the follow mode to be faster, because look at this. I'm following a subject, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Obviously.
if I press right twice on the jog wheel, now it moves faster. And it blinks, and the lights blink on it to tell me that I turned it on. You see? It's moving faster now. See that? How smooth it is?
Yeah.
And I can turn it off, and now it's falling slowly again. Here, trade you. On this one, you press down twice. Down twice. On. Off. But there's no light indicator telling me that I've done that. Not only that, there's no light indicators at all telling me what follow modes I have on. This one, follow modes right here, is that pan follow and yaw follow. And pan follow is the up and down, where it's tilting the phone like this. And then if I turn it off, that light turns off and it stays straight, or whatever angle I had set it with the joystick or whatever. And there's also roll follow, which is holding this side left one down until this blinks. And I do that occasionally when I'm doing B-roll, because look at that.
Oh yeah.
So watch me do this. I'm gonna turn all three of them on. So all three of them are on now, and if I follow, I can do a fancy B-roll of the Moza Mini S box like this, and roll it into the Mini Mi's box like that.
You mean carrying bag thing? Case?
Carrying case thing or whatever. Now with this one,
Lightweight.
this is the Mini S. In order for me to have the up-down roll function, I have to hold the trigger. And I'm holding it right here.
Oh man.
And now you can see it does up and down, right? They have a thing called FPV mode, which I tap this left thing twice, whereas on that one I hold left for a while. And there's no light indicator telling me I've turned it on, but you can see it's rolling. And I just dropped the rubber piece off of one of these feet on the tripod to the floor. I'm gonna have to pick it up later. Sigh face. So on this one, they also have a thing called inception mode, which is other gimbals call flashlight mode because you're holding it like this. And on this one, you press the down button 3 times, and it changes into that mode. But this one is severely limited because look, the phone is bumping against that motor right there, so
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't have any up-down motion with it. On this one,
Other me things?
inception mode on the Moza Mini Mi, after I point it straight, is to press the up button 3 times. And it goes in. And if you notice, if you can get focus on that, Charlie, there's a gap between the camera or the phone mount and that motor. So I have free motion.
Good. Not lame.
And how I want to follow someone is by holding a joystick on this one. Which,
Spinny roundy circles.
obviously you can use the joystick on the other one to do spinny roundy circles. Recenter, which means make the phone go straight, is by double pressing the trigger on the Moza Mini S. See that? And it recenters.
Yeah.
Recenter on the Moza Mini Mi is by pressing down button twice on the jog wheel. Got some other specs to go over before we finish up the video, but if you like seeing content like this, make sure you get subscribed, because I'm coming out with new stuff every week. 2 or 3 videos. Sometimes it's a sci-fi video, sometimes it's a vlog about random tech that I'm dealing with or whatever. And he's in a lot of my videos, aren't you?
Yes.
He's got his own channel, and I'll put a card for that right up here in case you're interested in seeing that. He plays games on his tablet, and he just got a PlayStation 2 from me. So we're going to see how that goes. But the Moza Mini S is the new one that I'm trying out, and the Mini Mi is one that I've been using since December. A lot of my current subscribers will know that my footage is always stable, it's not shaky, and then when I'm in an awkward position, what I do is I'll put this next to something and film that way and just tap the screen for focus, and I just keep working. It saves me loads of time, and I only have to charge it like once a week because I film like 30 minutes or an hour at a time, am I right?
Yeah.
And then I edit it down to 15-minute video or whatever it is. Well, this one, the Mini Mi, will hold bigger phones than the Mini S by just a few millimeters. Mini S is 58 to 88 millimeters. That means smallest to largest. And the Mini Mi is 61 to 92. Max payload means the heaviest phone, 260 grams on the Mini S, 300 grams on the Mini Mi.
So you can put your tank phone on there too.
Your tank phone. This one is probably going to hold up to more beating, more use, heavier use.
More abuse.
The amount of time it takes to charge the Mini S is 3 hours, and the Mini Mi is 3.5 hours. The total run time of leaving it on like this, stabilizing your phone, for the Mini S is 6 hours, and the Mini Mi is 10 hours. But there's something that will make this phone win over on this phone. This one seems like it has less features, but it actually kind of has more. The only 2 things that the Mini S is lacking on is the light indicator of which follow mode you have on. And the second thing is being able to turn on and off each follow mode individually. Now this one has the roll follow, you can turn on and off by itself, but to get the up and down one called yaw follow, or what is it called? Pan follow. I don't know why they call it pan follow. Panning is this way.
Yeah.
But you hold the trigger for that. Whereas that one I can turn it on and off. But the idea is this is an on-the-go one. Like on the fly, I need it, now it's off, I just let go. So whichever one of those is better for you, please consider that. But otherwise, I think they're pretty much the same in quality and everything.
Except that one, except the Mini S has a USB Type-C connector, and the Mini Mi has a USB, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, let's see that. There's the Mini S's USB-C port for charging it.
Which is beautiful.
Which is beautiful. And this one, I have to hold the trigger. Trigger twice to recenter. Hold the trigger. There you go. It's pretty intuitive. And there's my USB micro B in the back of my Mini Mi. Now this one you're going to want if you want to be able to compact it even smaller size.
And also the Mini S looks nicer in the aesthetics. It's much cleaner.
I just found another drawback with the Mini S. I'm trying to go all the way around and it won't. It stops. You see that little lock thing?
Yeah.
Stops it. But the Mini Mi
doesn't do that. It goes forever and ever until it flips off.
It just goes on forever and ever. See? It goes all the way around the towns. Well, you guys make your decision if you need a gimbal. It's one of the optional, but most overlooked and most underrated thing in a filmmaking arsenal of tools.
I want to feel like the plastic with that's pretty decent.
It's basically like something that you would spend $10,000 on if you were a filmmaker. I'm not making this. I've seen the numbers. Like Moza makes stuff for DSLRs and big cameras like this for filming movies. And they're gimbals. And these are like less than $100. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I've been Robert Gene.
I've been Elemental Plays.
Check out my other videos up here in the corners.
Make sure to subscribe.
And subscribe to me down here. And you can see my social networking @ signs down here. Thanks. Bye.